Hi, my name is Jody Simonton. Sage Quixote, my 9-year-old quarter horse gelding, and I hail from Oxford, Florida. I first met Sage compliments of my farrier Scott in March of 2008. I had told him of my interest in trying cowboy mounted shooting, which he thought was hysterical since I had been competing in dressage for years. But he said he had just the horse for me. Sage was a horse that he'd bought to try calf roping with, that he did not have the time to do anything with, but that he thought would be good for shooting. Scott brought him over to me, and the first overall impression I had of Sage was that he was a pretty horse, but that he was built downhill. He was too short in the cannons, and he was longer in the back than I liked. When I rode him, he was pleasant, but was very much on the forehand, which I knew was going to be hard to overcome with his conformation, and he was a lot greener than I wanted. He just wasn't what I was looking for. Scott also wanted more money for Sage than I could afford. But Scott told me he hadn't been able to sell him, and he was going to be a pasture ornament if he took him back home, and he really needed a job. He said I could keep him and ride him until I found what I was looking for, or until we found a buyer for Sage. Well, the weeks turned into months, and I started shooting and competing on him, and we started doing well. I also started doing obstacles with him because I found working obstacles helps desensitize horses and helps build trust and confidence between a horse and rider. I found he liked working obstacles as much as I did. We entered extreme cowboy races and sheriff's posse obstacle challenges, and he did extremely well, winning our fair share. In 2009, Sage and I were the SAS Florida Outlaws Ladies Level 2 State Mounted Shooting Champions. Afterwards, Scott brought someone to look at him. I took him out and rode him for the people. I worked obstacles with him, shot off of him, jumped him over a jump course of 8 fences, did some dressage movements that I had taught him to help improve his flexibility and strength, and then came back and stood up on his back. After the people left, Scott looked at me and said, "I didn't know he could do all that." He said that he just thought it was amazing how much Sage and I had bonded, and he wanted me to have him, and he told me that he would give him to me for what he had paid for him. I realized I couldn't bear to part with this critter that had become my friend over the last 18 months, and bought him. Personally, 2010 turned out to be one of the worst years I had ever had, but through it all, Sage was there for me. Sometimes it was just a nuzzle or a whinny when I went out to the barn, or a neck to bury my face into and cry. Other times it was just having a quiet ride on a trail to think. He helped me through it all like no one else could have. It was at that time that I found AFTH. I could see where it held something for everyone. Mentally, it is a refreshing way to get out on new trails and ride with friends. It gives a new challenge for the weekend trail rider, a relaxed competition for the obstacle rider, a good way to relax and escape the stress of a show ring for the show horse, and a great way to meet friends. then, I have continued to shoot, continued with obstacle challenges, and even shown in dressage where he's performed well and is bringing home the 2011 year-end award for training level in the amateur division of our local USDF GMO. He volunteered to be in an intercollegiate horse show in dressage and did amazingly well for the 3 girls that rode him after only a 10-minute introduction warm-up, helping them win 1st, 3rd, and 4th in the same class. And on top of all that, we tried our hand at fox hunting. And imagine my surprise when I realized how much he loved running cross country of a pack of hounds and jumping.
Jody and this is Sage Quixote. Over the years, I have had the pleasure of riding a lot of nice horses, and every last one of them has taught me something. The most important thing that Sage has taught me is that although conformation, form to function is very important, what they have between their ears is worth so much more. If you find a nice, willing partner that'll trust you and has a lot of drive and will carry you anywhere, it's worth everything. Whether you're going into the show ring or out on the trails or on a mountain shooting course. I feel that this horse has got more try and more heart than any horse I've ever ridden before. And that's why I think he deserves a chance on America's favorite trail horse. I hope you think so too, as you chose him as an alternate for 2011. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I hope you have time to watch the rest of this tape. Again, my name is Jody Simonton, and this is Sage Quixote.